Hi, I'm Carol.
I'm Katie. Welcome to the Hot Flash, the monthly leadership tip for women in leadership.
And this month we are talking about
Your office,
assessing your
making it
office.
a great office
Yeah.
space.
Yeah.
Well, maybe just doing a little walk around and figuring out where do I stack up against the rest of the world? Does this little office have issues? Are we doing things the right way? Does the rest of the world know something that I don't know about how to have a good office? Don't you
Well,
wonder
and
that?
and I bought a book years ago, and it's called an office audit, and it's making sure you have all of the documents that you need in order to have your employees have a great experience at work. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Well, I have 10 areas that if you went and audited each of those, and I'm not saying doing something that's, a 10-day audit.
You don't have to have a CPA to do this.
No.
It's just you or somebody in your office.
Yeah.
Maybe have 10 different people assigned to 10 different things.
Or maybe you've got your own little office and it's just you and maybe a couple other people sometimes, and you're wondering, what could I be doing to make sure that, we're a pretty good office? It feels good. Are we measuring up against? So here are the 10 items, and then those of you that are subscribed members will be getting something each week, an assignment in some of these areas to go just a little bit deeper so that you get a little bit more directional on it. Just here's the first one. Have job descriptions.
Do it.
Somebody that doesn't know what they're doing cannot be helpful. You don't know where you're going unless you have it lined out. So
Right.
Job description does not have to be to the nth degree, simply something that is identifying what is it that I do. Young offices or newly formed ones are not going to have really very good ones because it's kind of trial and error sometimes, isn't it?
Well, and it's interesting. I think job descriptions change over time with people's talents. At least I try to take people's talents and put them doing things that they're really good at. So sometimes the original job description works, but sometimes it doesn't. As a matter of fact, I am going to go back to my office and have my folks write their own job descriptions and tell me. I mean, I
We've
know what
already
they do.
tasked you.
I know.
How great this is. Okay, let's go on to the second one, training and development. One of my personal favorites.
Absolutely.
Also, one of the first things that gets chopped when the budget gets chopped, and I have such issues with this because I think forward-leaning organizations are always pushing on training and development of their folks. So take a look at how well you continually develop yourself and your employees. The third one, an easy one, a fun one, recognition.
Always give recognition for a job well done. And even if you have somebody that's not doing such a great job, find something good.
Yes.
Find something to recognize them for.
Somebody sent me a really big pair of underwear as a recognition.
I don't
You know where
understand
where I'm going with that?
No.
It was a good job at putting on your big girl panties. And they were not very pretty, but boy, I could have hoisted those up the flagpole and they meant something to me. Fourth thing, so obvious, goals.
Yes.
You don't know where you're going unless you have it identified, right? Same thing with job description. How you interact with others to do it. The goal is what you're targeting to get done. So a great
Right.
organization has
Put
goals.
together goals.
Then something along the line of productivity systems. What would you think those would include? Productivity systems.
Maybe a dashboard that you can look at and everybody in your office can look at and say, are we meeting our goals? And that's monthly, quarterly, annually. Have we met them? Are we meeting them?
Gives you a sense of accomplishment.
Right.
Give you a sense of feeling like you know what you're doing and others are doing it too.
Gives you a sense of desperation if you're not meeting
A
them.
sense of, oh crap, we need to be doing something different. Also, other resources along the lines that just help you. Do you have the right sort of tools that you need to get things done? Communication, and some sort of communication plan, systems. How well do we interact with one another? What are the rules and the roles for interacting with each other? Do we have certain rules, like if it's something that has to do with something sensitive, our communication plan is we don't send it in an email.
Right.
Do we have the opportunity to regularly get together? Do we have forced interactions? That doesn't sound very nice, but I mean, forced sort of they're on the books every Monday morning. We've got our staff meeting or we've got a call in. So
Somebody's
we know
gonna-
we've
yes.
got
The communication time.
exactly.
Right,
Exactly. Health and safety.
You have to feel safe at work, and it's super important. I have a brand new building. So we're not working in strange conditions. But I know I talked to my daughter-in-law, and she said, She said, "Oh my God, they've got us working in an asbestos building, and none of the workers will actually come into the building." But she was a student. She was a student, so she was expected to be in there. I thought it was just awful.
Yeah. How can you be productive around something like that?
Yeah.
So nice environment. Maybe you like the colors of the walls around you. Mine is a custom color. I happen to like it. But, I'm special. Our hiring system. And is your hiring system one that brings in the right people? Because there's nothing worse than bringing in duds and having to get rid of them. Take a little bit longer time up front in hiring to get the right people.
Yes. And some of that is, let your employees that are going to be working with that person do some of the interviewing. So, don't be afraid of that. It's helpful for them too.
Exactly. And then we have communication plans, not just the mechanisms that we have for interacting with one another, but what is the long-term plan for developing our communications? More on that. I'm going to have to give you more on that in the assignment.
Yeah, because I don't understand it.
And then the last one is social.
Social what?
Social interaction.
Social interaction.
Get to know the people you work with personally.
Oh.
Find out what sort of red wine they drink. And if they don't drink red wine, you may have to
fire them.
Exactly. No, we don't think that everyone has to drink red wine. But your social aspect is what builds the relationships.
Yes.
When you have some sort of knowledge of people personally outside of the workplace, you find that you give them more grace. You manage your conflict better. You know them to a different degree. Their behaviors and their actions sometimes are more easily understood because you know them at a deeper level.
And their children, and when they have to be at home with their children or they have emergencies, they really appreciate if you say something, and are there for them in those situations.
Exactly. Okay, so more on all of those, because each one of those could be a really nice little assignment for evaluating.
I've already got my assignment.
You do? You've
got
some
job descriptions.
Some ideas there. Yep. Off you go. I love that.
All
of these fall under the umbrella of a great office that has a good vision, mission. Those goals fall in. The communications plan, where people fit in.
People love to work for
you.
The
systems and the people. Good. There's something to think about all month long. Those of you that are our subscribed members, it's only $8 a month. If you like being held accountable, if you like being a part of our tribe, and you like being a part of this kind of irreverent women's movement that's going on that we're a part of.
And ongoing learning, just knowing things or being reminded of things on a weekly basis.
Please sign up with us here at skirtstrategies.com/join the fun, or right here at the homepage is the free membership, but you can go to the membership button and find out a little bit more about how to sign up for that $8. It's easy. It's so cheap. Come on.
Easy.
Yes.
Yes.
We have more every month. Until next month.
Keep in touch.
Be good. Have a great office. Bye. Join us at our Women's Leadership Retreat in the beautiful New Mexico High Desert, May 16th through 19th, 2013. You can sign up or learn more at skirtstrategies.com/retreat.